Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. For this video, I will show you guys how I made Aja's wig. So I actually already made a wig cap for Aja just so that it's a lot easier to work with, but I do have to trim the sides and the perimeter a bit just so that it fits her head a little better. So this part is very crucial, but I always suck at it because sometimes I over trim the wig cap and I notice it right at the end when I'm actually gluing on the wefts. So learn from my mistakes and maybe cut outside the line and not right at it. For Aja, her wig is mainly orange with a bit of red. So I have three versions over here, which is purely orange, mixed red and orange, and also pure red. To achieve the actual look, Aja's wig had like a upside down trapezoid shape, so I'm using a foam as a base so that the wig will literally look like it, so that we wouldn't have to work too hard to achieve the geometric shape. So I'm just using two fun foams here to create a base. So now it's time for my favorite part, and also difficult part I guess, is figuring out where the wefts will go. So right now I'm actually gluing the wefts to go downwards to kind of cover the edges and make the hairline a little bit cleaner. And also when you brush it up, it will give it enough volume and a little more texture rather than it being too flat. So for the most part, I believe everything that I glued on was downwards, and then I started going up halfway through. So in the middle, I'm adding the reds just so that it has more dimension when it comes to the color, and because it will match the foam boards a lot better. And I'm also starting to curl it just so that we have the texture in there locked in place. So if you guys are wondering, I'm using a metal chopstick and I heat it up by using my straightener. I literally heat it up. I heat up the metal and then I can curl it like that. It'll take like 10 to 15 seconds for the chopsticks to cool down again. So you kind of have to really work fast if you want the curl to be tight. One thing I gotta say is I really do love the yarn wigs that I have been kind of obsessed with for the past few dolls. They're a lot easier to kind of work with. It does take time to kind of prepare them and make them, but overall I think it gives it a little more accuracy towards the styling just because they look like human hair. They have the flyaways, and I think because they're so thin that they can give off a realistic human hair look. So now it's time to flip the wefts up and also to separate the curls. I try hard not to really ruin the curls. Sometimes you can actually straighten the yarn wefts just by brushing it. So as you can see over here, I'm being very delicate when I'm trying to separate all the curls. I wanted to cover the foam completely, so I'm just using a brush just to kind of spread that out. So after creating and teasing the yarns, I'm actually just going to be gluing it to the foam just so that it's secure and it's not going to come off. It's not going to change the style, everything. So I'm just doing that right now. After you securely glue the inside layer of the wefts, it's pretty much bulletproof. You can just have the outer layer or the front layer just hanging out, but I did glue it towards the back of it, just folding and overlapping. And now it's time to work on the back. So for the back part, I mean, it's the back, but it still is important if you want a cohesive, clean wig. But I pretty much did the same exact thing where I glued it going down, make sure the perimeter is covered, make sure there's no white that is hanging out from the wig cap. So maybe sometimes painting the wig cap can also help, and also maybe using a clear glue and not white. But the back part is still important, so I just did the same exact thing that I did to the front, which is fold it over, curl it, and tease it. And after that, I went back to the front, and I actually left off one layer of wefts that has not been glued, and I'm doing that to cover the glued part of the back. I hope I'm making sense, but right now I'm just gluing it to go to the back, and I'm also separating more of the curls, just so that it looks a little more cohesive and spread out. So we are pretty much done with the overall shape and the desired look. I'm actually really happy with the outcome of this wig. It's very lightweight. It's very funky. It's very cool. She literally looks like fire and like flames. But I did notice that Aja actually had glitter on top of her wig. So I'm just using a red glitter glue and I'm just painting it on her wig. So after adding the glitter, we are pretty much done with Aja's wig, and I'm really happy with the outcome of this wig. As you can see, she looks insanely amazing. She looks like a flame, and the red and orange combination is a very powerful color. It just gives you this mood. Like, you know how like when you paint blue on walls, or when you see blue, it calms you down, but red is fiery and angry, and yeah, it's just a little more interesting. And especially when the doll is all together with her red costume, everything is literally red. But here is the complete look for Aja, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have not seen the repaint for this doll and also the costuming, I'm gonna go ahead and put a link in the end of this video so you guys can watch it. But thank you guys for watching, and if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and comment down below what you guys think of the techniques that I used and if I can improve on something. And also subscribe and hit the bell button if you want to be notified whenever I upload a new doll or a new video in general. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!